But I think we should, at some point here, get back to the nice flight home.
Well, God taketh and God giveth.
Yeah, he does.
So there was a. I'm gonna start the story because I met this woman.
Yeah.
But so me and Nico, Nico had a few drinks pretty much every night, and we're approaching. We got a 5-hour flight ahead of us, and Nico likes to have a couple of drinky poos, a couple 8% IPAs if you can find them. Before the flight. So I said, Nico, I kind of was like being like an older asshole brother to Nico the entire time on the trip. I was kind of like not bullying him, but I was kind of just, maybe I was talking about this little wee over a little too much. So I was like, Nico, let me.
You guys had a tense moment when I got locked up.
Yeah.
And you guys really got pissed at each other for a while.
Second,
because of the stress.
Yeah. Because of the stress, yeah. I was like, Nico, shut up.
Well, Nico was getting very drunk this trip, much drunker than usual. You were talking about his wee and being condescending toward him much more than usual.
Much more than usual, too.
Yeah.
So what happened? I was slightly annoyed because the night before, we have to try to get Danny out of jail the next day. I wanted to kind of have all my senses about me and just kind of focus on getting him out in the morning. And Nico got blacked. So I was like, dude, you're not helping me at all, bro. Like, I'm going to have to do this all by myself. It would be nice if I had you because he's good on the phone. He's good. Like he's from Orange County. He knows how to take care of business.
Yeah.
So I wanted him on the team that morning, but he was not going to do it. So I was like, all right, I'll take care of it. It's fine. I can handle it. I'll do it. But I was like a little annoyed that next morning, and that's kind of what that was. So Nico wanted to have a couple of drinky poos at the old, in the airport. And there's a nice, older, beautiful woman, 45 years old, had a nice jacket on. So I mentioned that, and we start chatting it up. Didn't think much of it, but then she tells me she's coming back down to L.A., and of course, Danny, whenever I speak to any woman, and it wasn't with the intention of like banging this chick, it was like, let me have a conversation with a woman at the airport. I'm bored. Who knows what may happen? So Danny passes by, and I know what he was doing. He was gonna do his usual like, this, hey, you know him from The Bachelorette. What do you think about the sexual harassment allegations? That's his favorite move. It's his favorite move.
I always do that.
It's his favorite move. But my intention was, this chick's gonna like Danny Mullen. She was like a reader, an intellectual. So I was like, you should meet my friend Danny. And now to tell my side of the story before you can go into what happened. Danny was on one, man. He was very charming. He cracked she got drunk. She got drunk.
She was drunk.
She got drunk. Yeah.
And she was across the aisle on the back of the Southwest flight from us. She might have she was like A3. If you fly Southwest, A3 means you're the third person to board the plane.
Right.
Other than any Medal of Honor recipients or retarded kids.
Right.
So you could tell she fucking waited till we got on the plane to board because she wanted to be with us.
Right.
She goes down, sits across the aisle from us, and it's a very rowdy flight from Nashville. Everybody seems to be buzzed.
Great mood.
There's a guy, but I say very sarcastically that I'm A-list prefer. I am A-list on Southwest because we fly it so much, which just means I board faster than everybody.
Right.
But I make a joke about that, and this one big dude, is like a big Southern guy, starts like trying to hate on me in order to score points with the fucking 45-year-old chick we got found.
Yeah. So Danny was fucking, like I said, he was on one. So he cracks a joke after joke after joke. She's like dying laughing.
Yeah.
She's dying laughing.
And everybody is, but then the fucking fat guy gets like really threatened because because I'm making people laugh, and like the chick in particular.
Right.
So he's like, well, I guess you would know because you're A-list, huh, buddy?
Yeah.
You're A-list, just trying to be a fucking hater.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? I'm going to show this piece of shit.
Yeah.
I turned to Nico. I say, hey, Nico, we're pulling a mid-season trade. I'm sending you over to the Baltimore Ravens. Trade seats with that lady. And he's like, what? And I'm like, go. So he fucking gets up.
Happy to.
She just immediately switches seats with fucking Nico.
Yeah.
Before the lights even go down, we're making out.
Yeah, dude.
And the fat guy looks so pissed. He's like, and he's like, you could tell he's so angry. He like wants to tell a stewardess.
Right.
Or like fucking do something to interrupt. And he keeps staring me down the rest of the flight too.
Yeah. It got hot and heavy. And this is where Nico said something about this that I also agree with. This is when something that 99.9999% of the population is never going to experience. Because Danny's, I'm not going to call it a wee-wee. I'm going to call it a cock because that's what it was on that plane. It came out of his pants. And there might have been a blanket involved, and Danny got jerked off by this broad on the old Southwest flight in the old back. So I'm going to give him a round of applause, boys. Let's give him a round of applause. Danny got jerked by a hot 45-year-old broad. I kind of orchestrated it by meeting her and thinking ahead, and then she was on our flight, and she made sure to like be in the back with us because I feel like she felt comfortable. But yeah, Danny, I mean, I saw something happen in front of my eyes. It's I didn't see his cock or anything, but
thankfully, I'm really surprised though that something didn't come of it. I mean, the light was dimmed.
Yeah,
I bought a blanket that flight. Thankfully, I did because it covered what was going on underneath.
Oh yeah,
but I was watching to try to be inconspicuous because I didn't want to get thrown off the fucking flight, especially after my legal troubles.
Yeah.
I had my iPad in front of my eyes, and I was watching the NFL Top 100, which is a countdown show of the best players that year. So I'm like, as I'm getting jerked off and I'm seconds from climaxing, I'm like making eye contact with Sauce Gardner, the cornerback for the New York Jets.
Yeah.
Like with his grill and like a sideways hat, talking about his fucking disruption of this pass versus the fucking Panthers.
Yeah.
And I'm just like pretending to watch that as my eyes go cross-eyed and I'm getting jerked.
Yeah. So guys, I mean, it was it was a pretty crazy experience to see just happen in front of me, and it was he deserved it. It was like you went to jail, and I was gonna make the joke like, when's the last time you got laid, buddy? But it was like it ended up being like a perfect way to end that trip. With that woman on that flight.
Getting jacked off.
You'll probably see her again, won't you?
Oh, yeah. Fucking time will tell. I mean,
yeah.
She's a good traveling companion, I'll say that.